Now we come to the big hitters in terms of design. I think tier 6 is probably one of the best designed tier sets in the whole of the game so far. Warrior, we have Onslaught, automatic S tier. There's no question. Just look at it. Shoulder pads, huge bulwark shoulder pads. Helm, you've got this spiked visor with the hard top hat. Rest of the set just complements it really, really well with these tiny little dotted details and overall colour scheme. And then you've even got a slight glow effect on the shoulders to go with it all. Best weapon and shield combo would be, of course, the Bulwark as shield and the Brutalizer as the axe, which I believe was designed with the tier set in mind. Possibly not because of the greenish tint, but the gold trim goes very well. Yeah, crazy good looking. Definitely S tier. There's not much point even looking at it on other races because it looks best on Orc, but Warrior, there you go. Really nice. Looks pretty nice on Dwarf, I reckon, as well. Although the shield's quite small. Speaking of small, let's have a look on Gnome. A tiny little Bulwark shield. But the helm works quite nicely, actually. This back section I really like. Blood Elf, pretty cool as well. Massive shield. Undead, not as big. There you go. Alright, Mage, tier 6. Now, this is one of the unfortunate ones, I reckon. The Tempest set. Yeah, unfortunately, we won't see many of these. It is a unique set in that you've got this awesome looking headpiece and shoulder pads that go really, really well. You've got this like lightning effect and the arcing electricity above the helm on both front and back, actually. So you really need to show this helm to make it a feature. You do end up looking a bit like a fountain pen though. So in terms of looks, you're going to see most of them on Gnomes and Undead. It fits the theme of the expansion quite well, goes with Tempest Keep theme, but unfortunately the rest of the robes don't look quite as good. You've got this weird like brownish colour, which I think could be improved. On a human it really stands out. It's not amazingly well designed. So I think maybe A tier, maybe even B tier I reckon. Let's have a look on Blood Elf male. I think that looks pretty cool. But then you got the clipping in the hair, and most Blood Elves are going to have long hair. Yeah, unfortunately B tier for that. It's in the same realm of Ristalker, where the rest of the set doesn't complement the unique features very well. So yeah, there we go. Let's have a look at Priest set now, Absolution. Super, super nice set. The hood and shoulder pads just by themselves, A tier. The rest of the robes, just by themselves, A tier as well. Altogether, it works really nicely. I love the way the hood covers the eyes slightly. Looks really good on a Blood Elf, actually. Human male and female. Nice sized shoulder pads, and they do come forward quite a lot as well. Overall colour scheme is obviously designed towards a Shadow Priest, so it's unfortunate that there aren't two colour schemes available for Shadow and Holy, especially because of the fact that you can choose your individual pieces to be spec'd towards Shadow or Healer. So it would have been nice to see them have this for the Shadow set and then this for the Healer set. That would have been absolutely perfect. And of course add a belt as well. That would work so well. Look at it. Still though, it's a really nice underrated set. Is it S tier? Very, very unique shoulders. I think it is. I think it's worth it. I think it's better than all of the A tier sets that we've put so far. Even the tier 5 Mage Tirisful. It's like a slight upgrade in that regard. Same kind of like robed theme, underrated set, but the drop of the visor over there and the unique shoulder pads really step it up a notch. The robes go perfectly with it as well. So yeah, S tier. We've got Paladin, Lightbringer, and on a Blood Elf male, S tier. Straight away. On a human male, yeah, I reckon S tier. On Draenei, man, look at those shoulders. Oh, they're unique as well. On one shoulder you got the hammer, and the other the book. I didn't even realise that. I thought they were equal. I thought they were copy-pastes. The helm, you've got this nice crown. You've got this huge like spell effect glow going on. Rest of the set, gold with actually quite a lot of blue in it, but it works as Shadow. Yeah, S tier. It's got to be. It's got to be. It works for both tanking and healing, I reckon. Rogues, we've got Slayer. Now, this is one of those, again, underrated sets, I reckon. It's not too dramatic. You know, quite small shoulders and kind of a weird helm piece. Not sure if it clips in game as well. I would assume it does with the hair. So a lot of the time you won't be using or showing the helm. Human male, I reckon it was definitely designed on here because you can see the overall shape of the top part of the set. Chest piece goes well. You got this like blood sphere matching the blood chambers in the shoulders. So I think on human male might actually look the best. Pretty unique shoulders overall with all these spikes and this weird like demonic face on their side. Spikes go with the helm obviously. Orc without hair. Looks okay. Huge shoulder pads. It definitely works better on male models because of the size of the shoulders. Doesn't quite work on the gnome. A bit of a weirdly sized helm. But yeah, on human, looks really nice. Is it worth S tier though? It's not huge and flamboyant like some of the other sets. But then again, neither is Onslaught or Absolution. It's a tough one. It might actually be S tier in terms of design. The blood pools, them moving around in the shoulders, is so unique that I didn't expect this. But I'm actually going to put an S tier. Did not expect this at all. It's actually a really nice set. Yeah, there you go. Alright, next up we've got Druid Thunderheart set. Okay, and looking at this. So we've got kind of like a tribal theme going on. Definitely lends itself towards more of a Tauren theme. And look at that. It's a real shame about the horns actually. You'd have to have small horns or forward-facing horns to make it work best. But the whole brown theme really lends itself to Tauren culture, what with the feather headdress and the hawk shoulder pads. The robe is unique in that it has a lot of skin exposed and you got this kind of kilt around the bottom. Is it worth S tier or is it just A tier though? I think it might just be A tier. There's no unique spell effects. Both of the shoulder pads are copied and it only really works for one race. So yeah, unfortunately it's going to go A tier. Yeah, it's not quite B tier because the helm it does go quite well. And it's a unique helm, so I think we'll go A tier for this. Alright, next we've got the Hunter set, Gronstalker. And I believe this is going straight to S tier. I mean, look at these dynamic shoulder pads and helm. We've got an offset helm with the horn cut off on one side only. Doesn't quite suit the Night Elf or Alliance in general. Maybe more so on a dwarf male specifically. A little bit of clipping there, but generally it's okay. But this definitely suits an orc pretty much because of the size of the shoulder pads, the eyeballs, or a troll, probably Tauren as well. Rest of the set, it's got a few skulls around here. I mean, it matches the helm and the shoulders. It's nothing amazing, but just for uniqueness, it's even got a little glow on there as well. So yeah, I think it is going S tier. Next we've got Warlock. Malefic set, pretty unique, especially on an orc. Helm with shoulder pads, uniquely coloured. This set will definitely stand out, especially with the bottom of the robe being so brightly coloured red. It works on pretty much every race. No clipping whatsoever. I think it's best on an orc just because of the size of the helm. Looks really nice, and of course it might just about go with Zardoom, probably Bis staff. The Warlock themed staff, of course, being a Falcon trying to stick. But yeah, Malefic set. In game, of course, you get the massive wing effect every 20 or so seconds. So yeah, it's going straight to S tier. And finally, we have Sky Shatter Shaman set. Actually looks alright on an undead, if they could be shaman. But of course, we got it on one of the best races for this set, the Orc. Huge, absolutely huge shoulders, wickedly designed. You got the shaman aspect in terms of the fur or underneath the shoulder pads, and that carries on through the robe and the gloves. Helm is really unique in terms of this like mask cowl thing. Makes your eyes glow. The top of the helm, really nicely designed as well. Matches the shoulders perfectly. Around the back, it's just plain but slightly plated. This is the sort of thing I was mentioning with the hoods. Just putting a little bit of detail on the back of the helm is really nice, because that's what you're going to be looking at most of the time, of course. Let's have a quick look on Tauren. Tauren, it looks pretty epic as well. And of course, Draenei. Looks good on Draenei. Back of the head, you got that fur lining back there. The robe complements the shoulders and helm really well, but doesn't take the attention away from it. Chest piece is nicely designed. Bottom section is a little bit stretched, but overall it's just such a nice set. Weapon and shield combo in terms of looks. To match the set, I'd probably go for the Hammer of Atonement and the Bastion of Light. Goes quite well with these, especially the mace as a healing set. Very nice. So yep, S tier, straight to S tier. So there we go. We've actually not got any D or Fs. You could possibly move a few of these sets from C upwards, but generally I think this is quite a good overall distribution for the whole of the tier set. There aren't that many, you know, in total there's about 8, generally a little bit worse than the rest in terms of looks and thematic, but most of the classes are going to get a really nice set on most of the tiers. Let me know if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video.